Hello everyone, welcome to your full moon reading. Now this full moon is on the 3rd of July and it's in Capricorn. So when the moon moves through Capricorn, it brings an energy of cautiousness, seriousness, and we tend to be more grounded. The energy of Capricorn is one that favours long-term goals rather than the short-term satisfaction. Capricorn energy is conservative, but it means business. The full moon will have us evaluating our work-life balance and the changes that we could or need to embrace to reflect that. So Capricorn is a work-oriented sign. You know, Capricorn is about our work life. It's about how we make money, our careers. So generally as we move through Capricorn, we are probably more likely to be caught up in our work life. So the full moon brings us back to have a look at how can we bring balance in that. The full moon will have us also evaluating where we've allowed our head to rule over our hearts. The full moon is with the added bonus of the Capricorn energy, is the perfect time to release all those things that no longer work for us, to enable us to make space for transformation. And that can be in whatever your part of your life needs balance or needs releasing. It could be career or work. If you know your rising sign, look at what house Capricorn falls in, and that might be the area of your life that you need to look into, where transformation is trying to happen. The energies will have us seeking a win-win situation. The energy will also have us seeking or wanting to make adjustments in plans and goals, enabling us to let go of what's not working, what we're trying to head towards but it hasn't really happened. And will have us looking at new ways to achieve what we want to do. Remember, Capricorn is quite a practical, it's an earth sign, so it's quite a practical sign. So going back to that grounded earth sign energy, because Capricorn is a grounded energy, you'll have a tendency to see things more clearly and as they truly are. Which at this time of the full moon, which the full moons are all about releasing, letting go of what no longer serves us, what hasn't worked. It's also about forgiveness and gratitude. So the clarity and the honesty about what is of huge benefit this month. Remember, we're seeking win-win situations, we're seeking balance. Let's get into the readings. Okay, my friends, we have pole number 1, pole number 2, pole number 3, and pole number 4. Pole number 1, we have the aventurine. Pole number 2, we have the black obsidian. Pole number 3, we have the picture jasper. And pole number 4, we have the amethyst. So aventurine, black obsidian, picture jasper, and the amethyst. So my friends, pick a pole that you feel called to, drawn to. Select more than one pole if that's what you feel drawn to. Take the time to pause this video if required, and just allow your intuition to guide you, or simply just take a guess. I mean, even that whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you know, or however you do it, just trust that however you're called to pick is just your intuition, my friends, talking. I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pole number 1. Welcome, my friends. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you for this full moon in Capricorn. So we have the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. Nice energy. We have emotions are running high, and we have prosperity lies ahead. This is lovely energy, my friends. We have the overall energy as the witch's house. Just move these over so it's all nice and neat. And we have the blessing and the banishing candle. Oh, I love that for a full moon. I love that for a full moon. That's beautiful. Okay, my friends, just grab the energy for the reading. Okay, let's start with your overall energy. So we've got the witch's house, and I feel both these, the overall energy in your reading, pole number 1, is actually really befitting this full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is a earth sign, so I'm finding all the green in this card really pleasing. And I feel that that's going to be an energy at this full moon that you'll really be embracing this groundedness. Now, if you listen to the introduction, I did mention, you know, win-win situation and finding a balance between work and your life, you know, so work-life balance. And I feel with all this green here, and I feel it says the witch's house, I feel that's what you're doing. And I feel, pole number 1, that it's on 2 levels. So it's on the level of your home, so being grounded and, you know, having that home life balance. But I feel it's also grounded in yourself and what you want. I'm seeing this green as your heart chakra, so really coming from a place of your heart. And see, again, in the introduction, I mentioned about where are you allowing your head to overrule your heart. And I feel like you're going to see that. I feel that's what this 10 of Swords is here. It's almost like this information, this downloads coming in, this awareness almost, whatever this, when we get to it, this 8 of Wands is, coming in fast to bring an end to something. And at the time of the full moon, it's all about releasing. So sometimes the full moon asks us to release things definitely that are no longer working in our life, but also to release, you know, goals and dreams that we've tried to achieve but haven't quite gotten there, or the way that we're trying to go about achieving our goals and dreams, where we've kind of become set in our ways, where we think, I've got to do it this way, and we're not really allowing our intuition, our heart, the actual events in our life to guide us, to enable us to see more clearly. And I like how she's kind of almost like she's in a little forest, and then she can see her house in the clearing. And I feel that you're going to discover something. And Capricorn, that can be so many different things for all of you. But sorry, not Capricorn, pole number 1. And maybe if you're a Capricorn, maybe this is going to hit home more intensely, because I did say Capricorn. So sometimes when I say things and they're wrong, sometimes that's a guide to go, hey, if you're a Capricorn and you've picked pole 1, and that can be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe this message is even more valid to you. If not, I think it's just that Capricorn energy, pole number 1, that regardless of whether you have Capricorn in your chart or you don't, I feel that it's an energy that you are going to be embracing. And so there's this, you can see, it's almost like you take a step back and you can see things more clearly. And I think that's something that might have become habit, you weren't that keen on, or maybe you're very, very keen on, whichever way it works for you. When you take a step back and you see it from a distance, I think your point of view will change. And like I said earlier, this could be really anything, pole number 1. It could be your work, it could be your home, it could be the way you're living your life, it can be your just simply your perspective on things that changes. And some of you might be coming home to something, shifting your focus from out in the world to coming back to you, yourself, your inner self. Some of you might be coming back to your home, maybe your place of birth, maybe a place that resonates for you, a place where your family is or your friends are, or seeking a new place where you can build that sense of community, sense of soul tribe. But I feel like there's clarity. It's almost you've come out of like a forest, so not a dark period exactly, but a time where maybe you were on autopilot, or a time where maybe you couldn't see clearly and therefore you didn't know if you were really happy with where you were, or so there is a sense, Spirit's kind of guiding me to this, almost this energy of settling for where you were and what you had. And some of you were settling in the sense of just going with it because it was the easiest choice. Some of you were just accepting where you were. But now it's almost like you're coming out into the clearing and you can see more clearly. And that leads you to this other overall energy at this full moon, and it's blessings, the blessings and the banishing candle. And what a card to get at a full moon, because the full moon is a time where we forgive, we release, and we are grateful. We are grateful for the past journey, the lessons learned. We're grateful to find ourselves where we are now, even if it's not where we want to be. That's where the forgiveness comes in, forgiveness of self and of the mistakes that we've made along the way, but that have enabled us to grow and now can see the way forward. The card is depicted by a crone, so an older lady. Now she has wisdom. She has gained wisdom in all the paths that she has taken. And that wisdom enables her to let go of what no longer serves her, let go of the past, hurts, disappointments, and to really feel blessed, to feel grateful. And there's a real calm, serene, and there's this gentle joy on her face, like there's a little smile. There's contentment and understanding of what is. And I feel this clarity brings you this energy of being able to understand and to see where you can bring balance into your life, where you can bring harmony into your life, where you can bring forgiveness and gratitude into your life. And I think pole number 1, you're actually going to be quite surprised at all the blessings that you see in your life. Now it brings me to this super moon. So it says emotions are running high, and the super moon, I always get excitement out of this card, almost this aha moment of, oh my gosh, it's almost like you're walking along in this dark forest, if you like, which has a beauty of its own, but you're a little bit unclear. You know you're heading towards something, but you're not quite sure that you're actually going to get there. And then suddenly it clears, and it's like, bam, there it is. And it's that, oh my gosh. And I am feeling that in your reading, pole number 1. And for some of you, it's this release, and that release just makes you go, oh, you feel anew. And for some of you, it's actually seeing. Either you might, because the full moon is like the culmination of the intentions that you set at the new moon. So things are coming to fruition, or they're not. And I feel for you, pole number 1, there are things that really are. And then there are things that you need to let go. Or maybe what you wanted isn't what appeared, but something better has appeared. So then you're releasing the original dream. Because you've got prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Now, look at this green. That's your heart chakra. And green's also, green is money. We associate the color green with money. And it's prosperity lies ahead. And I think this prosperity that lies ahead is aligned with your heart chakra. So for some of you, this is money. For some of you, this is a goal or a dream that brings a level of achievement, a level of feeling that you have succeeded. And that's really, really beautiful energy, because at the time of the full moon, we actually get shown, okay, what hasn't worked, so what do we need to release? And then what has worked? The feeling of gratitude. We've been blessed. So your cards are really, really beautiful cards, especially when we come down to the tarot. Really beautiful cards for a full moon reading. So then we've got the 4-week breakdown. We've got the full moon with the 8 of Wands. We've got the waning moon with the 10 of Swords. We've got the new moon with the 2 of Wands. Perfect is that. And we've got the waxing moon with the 6 of Pentacles. Now, I couldn't have picked better cards, if you like. So And that's this emotions running high, this Eight of Wands at this full moon. I feel pole number one, there's a dream that's coming in. It might not look exactly as you hoped. It might not be the dream that you've dreamed. It might not be the goal that you set. But I feel it has you going, oh yes. There's almost a sense of, can you imagine if she's been lost for a while and then suddenly through the clearing, out of the blue, she sees her house? It's that relief. It's that, oh, I'm home. Oh, and that can be going home, finding your home, finding your soul tribe, receiving a dream, you know, from the universe, because we co-create our dreams with the universe. So maybe the goal that you set, the dream that you set hasn't really happened, but there's something that's come in that's made you feel even more blessed. And I feel it's coming in fast. The Eight of Wands, it depicts speed, like things coming in fast. And I think you're not expecting this, pole number one. I feel literally it's like you round the corner and bam, there it is. And you weren't expecting it. You couldn't see how far or how close you were. And I don't think you realized how close you were, that it was literally going to be right there. And this is, the wands are your soul, they're your passions, they're your calling, your purpose. Things that are aligned with your soul journey. So it can be anything. This can be meeting the right person, the right people, stepping into the right job, finding the right home, the right place to live, the right friends, whatever it is. But it is so right because it's so in alignment. And it comes in fast. So at this full moon, my friends, on the 3rd of July, give or take a few days, there's something that's coming in that's going to have you really, like, emotions running high. I feel like really, I feel a real sense of feeling blessed, of like, oh my gosh, what? How did this, I wasn't expecting this. It's better than you could have hoped. And I think it brings out the emotion in you. I think it brings out the you know, where you might have been walking with your mind going, right, I've got to strategize, I've got to think of this plan. Suddenly, bam, this thing comes in and you're guided by your heart. It is your heart that leaps. And in the waning, the week of the waning moon, that's when we're kind of letting go then. We're kind of like, it's a quieter time. It's a time of reflection to get into a space of, okay, what do I now want? To set new intentions and goals at the new moon. And I love this 10 of Swords there, because I feel like the week after this full moon will have you really ending things, really releasing things. I love this banishing candle. There's a massive blessing coming in at the full moon, and then the following week, the waning moon cycle, you'll be banishing. And banishing sounds a bit abrupt, but you'll be letting go, you'll be releasing all those things that are just no longer on your path. And I feel that there's a few things, or maybe even all those things that you'll be letting go of, have been things that have been a little bit like a sword in your side. So things that you know you probably needed to let go of, or things that you have been trying to let go of, but they always seem to come back, and then you're like, oh, I thought I dealt with that and I had let go of that, and then suddenly here it is again in front of you. And I feel, pole number 1, you're going to be letting go of that for good. For good. And I think that's because of whatever this is coming in. Look at how it comes in and leads to that. And then perfect timing, because you've got the 2 of Wands at the next new moon. And the 2 of Wands is probably one of the best cards you can get at the time of the new moon, because the new moon is looking at our wishes, our goals, our dreams. What are they now? Are they still the same? Are they changed? And for you, pole number 1, they're going to be completely different. This is your past journey. Again, aligned with your soul's calling. So this is showing me that your soul's calling has been answered. And remember, your soul's calling is not necessarily what you set your sights on, but it's something that's in alignment with you. And now the cycle has ended. You've been able to release all those things that you probably found difficult in the past. And you've got a new Ace of Wands, a new journey beginning, a new way of stepping forward, moving forward. You're looking out at the horizon at this new moon, pole number 1, and you're just like, okay, gosh, with this new thing that I have, this move, these people, this job, whatever it is, gosh, where do I see myself going with this? You know, what else do I want? Like, you know, it's setting those intentions. But in the new, I think a lot of your goals and dreams will have changed. And I think you're looking at the horizon going, oh my gosh, I've got endless possibilities. I love with this 2 of Wands, with the world in his hands, there's a sense here of limitlessness. Limitlessness? I don't know if that's a word. But being unlimited. You know, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. But your dreams will not be limited by the mundane or by what held you in the past. And then the following week after the new moon is the waxing moon, and the waxing moon is when we take action. It's quite an active week. And you've got the 6 of Pentacles. Now this 6 of Pentacles is a real balanced energy of giving and receiving, doing and being, knowing and trusting. That's beautiful, Spirit. Because I feel that this reading is all a balance of knowing and trusting. And I feel in this waxing moon, this taking action on your new dreams and goals that you're setting, I really feel that you're in balance. You're aligned and balanced. And there's a sense of you're not going to do things to people please. And you're not going to do things that are ego driven either. So you're not just going me, but you're not just going others. There's this beautiful balance. And I feel, pole number 1, that you are receiving enough to give back in a tangible way. That can be love. That can be resources, knowledge, things. This is a magnificent reading, pole number 1. This is just so grounded in where you are now. And it might, for some of you, it's exactly where you want it to be. For others of you, it's a situation, a place, people, person that you meet and you feel at home with. So there is this sense of comfort, security, groundedness, which makes you feel so blessed and able to release in order to walk into your future. This thing that I feel you're not really expecting, so the majority of you are not expecting. For some of you, you're in alignment, so you're kind of getting exactly what you hoped for. For others of you, it's not, but it's better. And I feel you're going to feel so blessed. It's magic. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 1. Love, light and blessings, my friends. Have a wonderful full moon, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, pole number 2. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you this full moon. We have the Devil. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Wow. We have a time for healing. Yes, indeed, with this energy at the full moon. And we have adjustments are required. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have the healing tree of Litha. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly. And we have the crone in winter. Okay, let me adjust those cards so you can see them properly. Okay, let me just grab the energies for the reading. Okay, so I love this overall energy and how it plays with all the cards, but especially a time for healing, the healing tree of Litha, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly, so I do apologize. The crone in winter and the Devil. What a mix of cards that talk together, paint a really clear picture. And you've got the black obsidian, and the black obsidian it's a protection stone. It helps to alleviate negative thoughts, negativity. So it repels negativity, negative energy. I love this, pole number 2. This full moon, I think, is going to bring you so much healing. So your overall energy, you've got the healing tree of Litha. Now, Litha is a pagan celebration. I'm not sure if it's Celtic or Celtic. I'm not sure, but it's basically the celebration of the summer solstice, which really wasn't that far away. It was just the 21st of June. And here she's surrounded by trees. She's actually laying on their roots. And pagan traditions are really, really linked with nature. And here it says the healing tree at Litha. Sorry, I thought that says of, but it's actually at, of Litha. And there's this sense that trees are said to hold a wisdom. They're really connected to one another. I don't know what it was called, but Judi Dench actually did a documentary on trees, and it was fascinating how they communicate with each other. They let each other know if there's danger, like disease or infestation of insects or things like that. They let each other know that it's coming through their root system, so they communicate. It was fascinating. If you're interested, I'm sure you can Google it. So Dame Judi Dench did a documentary on, I don't know if it was the life of trees or something like that, but if you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. I love trees. I'm very, very connected to trees and to forests. I feel so at home there, so grounded. And this healing tree, I feel, shares the knowledge about all aspects of you. There's a sense that she can be herself amongst the trees. She doesn't have to pretend like when she's around people. So there's a sense of, at this moment of this full moon, seeing yourself clearly, allowing yourself to be pole number 2, who you are. And I'm saying warts and all. And when I say warts and all, I mean who you are. Aspects of yourself that you like and aspects of yourself that you don't like. But it makes up you, who you are. There's a restfulness in this card that I feel is going to wash over you, pole number 2, and make you feel I'm just getting a sense, you know what, Spirit's not even giving me a word, it's just giving me this, just, you're going to breathe out, my friends. And for some of you, I feel you've probably been holding your breath, maybe waiting in anticipation for something. And I'm wondering, I'm getting this message from Spirit that a lot of you have probably been waiting for a yes or a no from somebody. You've been waiting for confirmation on something. I feel like you've been waiting for acceptance on something. And suddenly you're going to find yourself in this energy where if you get it or not, you're okay. And I think that's what you're realizing. This thing that you've been hoping for or waiting for an answer on, I think suddenly, I'm not saying that you don't want it, and I'm definitely not saying that you're not going to get it, but I really feel like suddenly it's not that important. And the reason why is because I don't feel like you're placing your self-worth on that answer anymore. That answer is not what's going to make you like yourself more or dislike yourself more. It's just not what you're basing your self-worth on, my friends. And that is amazing, and that brings growth. The croon in winter. I'm interested to see the next piles, to see what energy they get, because in the same spot for pole number 1 there was it was something different, but there was a crone in it, and I actually said, oh, she's the crone. And you have the crone in winter, and the crone to me symbolizes a life that has been lived and wisdom that has been gained in accordance with that. Now the crone in winter, because we say, you know, as we get older and we're elderly, that's the winter of our life. So there's a sense here of not only gaining the wisdom of the crone, but also applying it. There's a real peace around this card. There's a quiet. It's not frantic. It's not racing around all over the place. It's this breathing out energy, this releasing energy, accepting. And I feel pile number 2, it just brings you so much peace. So much peace. I just feel, I feel really relaxed. I feel really calm. I'm even feeling like my voice is calm. It's coming from a place deep within me. It's not on the surface and excited. And I feel restful and peaceful and calm and tranquil and happy. There's this sense, pole number 2, of embracing exactly who you are. Because look at this, you've got the balsamic moon, a time for healing. And I feel this full moon, that's exactly what you're doing. You're healing past resentments, past pains, past disappointments, past things that didn't work out. You're healing aspects of yourself that you kept hidden, that you didn't want to look at, that you didn't want to know, that you didn't want other people to know. This healing, this aspect of yourself, my friends, that you enabled outside situations to dictate if you were happy or not, if you felt fulfilled or not, if you felt worthy or not. Therefore, there's this element that you're healing aspects of yourself where you gave away your power. There's this quiet, introspective energy of your reading, pole number 2, right down to the actual moon, the black obsidian. You're going to go, that's a protective stone, and you're going to feel protected in this space as you make adjustments, as you reevaluate. And look at these trees. She's at the base of a tree. I just got, you're embracing your natural state. And Spirit's telling me what they mean by that is you're embracing who you are at your core. You're no longer willing to alter yourself, block yourself, reduce yourself to what you think others might want or expect of you. So there's deep adjustments that are happening within you, pole number 2, at the time of this full moon. And the full moon is wonderful for that, because the full moon brings things to the surface. The full moon offers clarity. the full moon is that perfect time for letting go, releasing, for forgiveness and gratitude. And when we make adjustments in our life from that place, they're in alignment with who we really are. This is a very quiet full moon for you, I feel. And what I mean by that, it's very internal. But don't be fooled by that, pole number 2. Don't be fooled that by being quiet and introspective, and that it's not powerful. It is massively, massively powerful. So the 4-week breakdown, you've got this full moon, you've got the Devil. The waning moon, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. The new moon, you've got the Page of Pentacles. And then the waxing moon, you've got the 4 of Wands. What a dream run. How beautiful is this, pole number 2? So you've got this inner healing. The Devil speaks of that as well. The Devil is actually showing, like, these people are in chains. But the chain is loose enough around their neck that they could just lift it off if they so choose. And there's a sense with the Devil card of how we blame others, or how we use others to keep ourselves small. And it's also how we do what we do to keep ourselves small. Those bad habits, holding on to things that don't serve us and have shown us that they've passed their due by date, and yet we keep holding on to them. You know, it's like having a rotten vegetable in your fridge, and you're like, oh, but you know, no, I could probably still use a bit of it. I'm going to hold on to it. And every time you open the fridge, it's there going, you didn't eat me. What a waste. And it's kind of like, oh, but no, I won't throw it away, because, you know, we would throw it away. It would annoy us because that's been wasteful, but we would throw it away. But to keep it there, so you keep feeling the emotion of, oh, look, I've just wasted money. Oh, what a waste. That's what we do when we hold on to things. Every time we're forced to look at them, it reinforces a negative emotion in us. It reinforces a way that we can get annoyed with ourselves, beat ourselves up. It's a way where we're not accepting perhaps a past mistake. You know, you could say, oh, look, I've let that cabbage rot. Oh, damn, I wish I hadn't. That's such a waste. But, okay, I'm just going to buy less next time. And you throw it away and you extract wisdom from it. And then you let it go. That's what the Devil asks us to do, my friends. Not to keep looking at the mistake and beating ourselves up about it. Looking at the mistake and going, okay, I'm disappointed in myself that I did that, but I'm going to learn from that. I'm not going to do that again, because that's not who I am, or that's not what I want to be, or that's not what I want to do. And when we look at it like that and we accept it like that, that's when we can release it and let it go. Now, so at the full moon, this full moon, my friends, you're getting that clarity on aspects of yourself that you don't like, aspects of yourself that you keep hidden, that surface every now and again, and that you beat yourself up on. And how you use others, because we blame it on the devil. Oh, the devil made me do that. So aspects like of others, how we use others or allow them to use us so that we can keep ourselves in that cycle. This full moon is showing you that. Because when you see it and accept it and embrace the truth of what is, and this Capricorn full moon is really going to do that, we can heal. We can go, oh, okay, well, now that I see I do that, I can't unsee it. I can't pretend it's not there. You embrace it as a part of yourself, and then you work on from there. Because the following week brings you, so this is the waning moon. And the waning moon is a time for quietening down, evaluating. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles. And I feel that you're either going to see yourself, your life, those around you in a whole new light, and that brings you so much contentment, happiness, the Cups is more fulfillment. This is, the Pentacles is more kind of like success on a big level, like achievement. Having what you want. Realizing a dream has come true. And I feel that to be right after the devil, this healing that you do makes you feel new. It really makes you see yourself, those around you, and your life in a whole new light. Like really, really in a whole new light. In a way that you just haven't before. And it makes you feel, I think it makes you feel lucky. It makes you feel surrounded by good things. Suddenly you're noticing that you have enough. Suddenly you're noticing that the people around you are actually the people you want to be with. Or you've released them. And now you've made space for the right people to come in, the right dreams to come in. This is beautiful. And it all comes at a time where you're releasing and letting go. You're allowing what is to be what is. And then at the new moon, which is the time for setting your intentions, looking at your new wishes and goals and dreams that you want for yourself, you've got the Page of Pentacles. And this is, the Page has accepted the Ace of Pentacles, and that's a gift from the universe that is of a tangible nature. We often say it's a seed that you can plant and watch grow, and this is perfect energy for Capricorn, because Capricorn doesn't want quick satisfaction. That's devil energy. That's, I just want to be satisfied now and I'll pay the consequences later. No, Capricorn is this 10 of Pentacles where it's in it for the long haul. Long-term goals and dreams, not quick fixes that tomorrow you're paying for, you know, or tomorrow it's come and gone. It's not satisfaction. It's not instant satisfaction. It's long-term goals and dreams, and they're very, very different. And at this new moon, I feel like you're looking at this pentacle. You're looking at yourself, your life, the world at large, and you're kind of going, okay, I've got this seed. You know, what do I want now? What do I want this seed to be? A big oak tree? A bendy reed? How do I see my life going? Perfect energy for a new moon because it signifies a beginning. The page is the very, very start of the journey of the court cards. So this depicts a new beginning, new dreams and goals, seeing new things for yourself. And then in the waxing week, the week where we take action and we begin to take steps to achieve our goals and dreams, or begin to really map it out and plan it out and see what we can do, you've got this Four of Wands. Now this is going through the portal to a new life. And the wands are your goals and dreams that are aligned with your soul's journey. They're your passions, your calling. And the Four of Wands is always the path that leads to a new life, something really different for you. And it's not surprising, pole number 2, because when you look at this energy of healing, of going within, of embracing who you are and the wisdom from all your previous journeys, healing and adjusting what no longer serves you, both in what you do, how you see the world, and how you interact with others. There's this sense that the way you are seeing yourself now within, and that's why all this work is so important, because you change yourself, you change your life. And that's what the 3 weeks after this full moon is what's going to be all about. That's where you're going to start to see real changes. Because when we are different, our life automatically wants to be different too. And that's why the devil is so important here, because that means you're looking at what no longer serves you and you are going to let it go. You're moving forward to the portal to another life, a life that is aligned with you, who you are now. This crone is not trying to be her 20-year-old self. Now, if you are young, this just means it's not you trying to embrace something that you wanted to do a year ago, or something that you had your sights set on when you started university or something. You might be seeing your life differently. This is not an age thing. This is a wisdom thing. You're healing yourself on such a deep level, pole number 2, that your world can only but change after that. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. What a reading, pole number 2. Love, light and blessings. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 3. Welcome, my friends, to your full moon reading. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you. So we have the Knight of Wands. Wow, the Knight of Swords, the World, and the Six of Cups. We have your dreams need a practical plan, the full moon in Taurus, and you are good enough, the full moon in Virgo. That's interesting. This is a full moon in Capricorn, so we have the 3 earth signs here depicted in your reading. So there's a sense of needing to be grounded. And interestingly enough, you don't have any pentacles, which is the earth sign. Well, it's the earth energy in the tarot. You have once upon another time as your overall energy, and the other overall energy is wishes. Wow. I just got the word fairy tale. Just got the word fairy tale. Because once upon a time, very fairy tales, and then your wishes, you know, all your wishes and dreams coming true. And once upon another time. Okay, let me grab the energies, my friends. So we're going to start with this card, because I think this is the overall energy, and I think everything is encompassed in this card. Once upon another time. And the other overall energy is wishes. Aren't these cards beautiful? And I feel this wishes card could be here and here at the same time. Because I really feel that you're probably a little bit caught up in the wishes of your past. What your wishes used to be. What you used to long for. It's almost like she's looking at her little pony that she would have wanted a pony when she was young. Maybe this is just obviously a metaphor, but she's looking at the pony. Actually, it's a unicorn, but let's just say, and it's like, oh, I want a pony, I want a pony, I want a pony. But she hasn't realized that she's grown now. The pony has the pony is connected to her because of her longings and her wishes and her dreams of another time. And she hasn't taken into account how she's changed. So how maybe now, if she was honest with herself, she might want a horse. It's that kind of energy, pole number 3, where there's another time, another place that you had a dream, and you're holding on to that, not taking into account how you have changed, who you now are. And I'm not saying, for some of you it could be a childhood dream, because that's the metaphor I got, but for others of you it's just something that you've been longing for. So this card has a sentimental attachment to it, I feel, my friends. Is there something that you're holding on to? Because remember, the full moon is all about releasing, letting go. And it's not just things in our life. That can be past hopes and dreams, aspects of ourselves. And there's this sense that there's a sentimental attachment to something that I think the majority of you don't even realize. It's not so much the thing that you want, the dream that you want. It's almost this sentimental feeling linked to it. And I feel that's what needs to be satisfied, not so much achieving the dream. Not so much whatever you had your sights set on. That's an interesting message from Spirit. Basically, Spirit saying, pole number 3, that at this full moon, because full moon brings clarity, so at this full moon, use that clarity to see something in your life that brings up emotion in you every time you think about it. And I'm feeling like this emotion whelms up from deep within you. And it can be sadness, but I think the sadness is actually more longing. The sadness is more a need in you that has never been fulfilled. But I feel that, and the other cards I think will explain this, but I feel that your needs have changed, you have changed, and you're almost caught up in this emotional attachment, this sentimentality. And you know, Spirit's saying there is nothing wrong with that, my friends, nothing, except that it stops us from except for when it stops us from moving forward, because we're too busy looking back. Now look at your other overall energy, wishes, and she's looking forwards. Here her attention is really focused on something. Here she's not looking around her at maybe all the possibilities. She has her sight set on something. But it says once upon another time. And then look at this energy, wishes. Look at this one, all about the new beginnings. And she's looking up, she's looking at the horizon. Look, this is, I don't know if it's going to show, this is a little fairy here. Oh, look, there's lots of them. She's head up. She's looking at her horizon. She's looking around her. She's actually going to see, the fairies here for me are depicting opportunities, magic. She will see them because she's looking. Sometimes that can be, and I'm wondering, we'll see if the message continues with the other cards, but what I'm getting and what Spirit is showing me is there's a sense of sometimes when we set our dreams and goals, when we kind of think we know what we want, how we can close ourselves off to other magic. Because if you look here, there's kind of like these little lights, and I'm wondering if they're like little fairy lights, and it's saying look at the magic all around, look at the beauty of where you are. But she doesn't see it, and she's holding the tree, but she just doesn't see it. So it's like she's connected, she's here in this new space, but all her focus is on something that was, and it's a longing. Whereas here, there's openness to what is, what could be. And the card says wishes, and I'm glad it does, because I feel that Spirit's also saying that it's not bad to set our intentions. We do that at the new moon. It's not bad to have goals and dreams and wishes. But I feel like that's what needs to lift our head, not hold it down and move forward just blinkered almost. Our dreams, hopes and goals should actually open up our world, not close it off. Well, I like that, Spirit. Our dreams and goals should open up our world and not close it off, which basically means that have your dreams and goals and wishes, but don't get caught up too much on how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, exactly what it's got to look like, exactly how it's got to go down, because that's when you miss the magic. And I also feel with the 1 here, Spirit is guiding you, pole number 3, to really say new wishes. Look at your wishes, your goals, your dreams, and see how they might have lost their luster, or how they might just be caught up in sentimentality, emotional connection, and they're not actually really what you want anymore. And then very interestingly enough, we've got this earth energy, which is, and this full moon is in Capricorn, the other earth sign. And we've got your dreams need a practical plan, and you are good enough. So both those cards almost bring me back to here. It's like your dreams need a practical plan. The size that she is now, she's all grown up. A pony, she can't ride a pony. There's no practical sense in it. This is where I'm getting that sentimentality, where she's caught up on wanting a pony because she's always wanted a pony. So she's not looking at what that dream brings, why does she want a pony? She might go, oh, I want to ride it, but well, you can't ride a pony, you know, it's half the size that she is. So there's no practicality in it. There's no growth and evolving with it. And I think when you look at your dreams, pole number 3, and you look at the practicality behind it. So it's like, okay then, let's just say you want to live in a new country. Now sometimes our dreams and goals are not logical. And there is a sense that that's our soul pulling us along. But the pull is different. The pull is generally to the new, not the old. And the pull still has a practicality to it that may be initially hard to see because you might not have a sense of logic in it. But you might want to move, let's say, you go back to that analogy, you want to move to another country. Maybe you're driven to discover new things. Maybe your growth and evolution is to take yourself out of a comfort zone. Maybe it's to meet really different people. Now you might set your dream, okay, I'm going to go and live in this country. And then you go about looking at the practical plan in that. And sometimes it is a leap of faith, but you've got to get to the place and actually be able to live. So sometimes you don't actually go to another country. Sometimes you might just change state, or you might just change your living environment. You might go from an apartment to a house, or a house to an apartment, from the sea to the mountains, countryside to a big city, and that's all you needed. But in order to stretch yourself, you immediately went to another country. But that got you looking up, that got you looking at your different possibilities. And then practicality in taking your steps forward you might actually achieve something different. That's why Spirit wants us to have dreams and goals and listen to the pulls and that pull of our soul that makes us step out of our comfort zone, but not get caught up on how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to feel. Because you are good enough, the full moon in Virgo. And I love the full moons here because it's all full moons. So it's all clarity. And I feel this is a way when we hold on to dreams that we haven't been able to fulfill and we keep longing for it, there's a aspect of our self-worth that we need to look at. Because when we hold on to those dreams that we haven't been able to fulfill, it's almost like a way that we make ourselves feel bad. It's almost like a reminder of, well, you haven't achieved that. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to make that happen? Rather than looking at, this is who I am now. I don't change for my dreams. My dreams change in accordance with how I change. I evolve and grow, and therefore my dreams and goals evolve. I don't change or stay the same in order to keep those dreams and goals alive. So there's a sense here, pole number 3, that your self-worth is tied into a little bit of this. So maybe it's difficult for you to let go because there's a sense of you that needs to achieve that. There's a sense of you that until you've made that dream come true, you can't rest. You feel like a failure. If you change your mind on something, you're almost telling yourself, well, you're just changing your mind because you couldn't do it. So rather than keep striving, you're giving up and just changing direction. But you know what? Believing in yourself, having faith in yourself, is what makes us go, do you know what? I am going to change direction. I'm only going to hit my head against a brick wall for so long. I'm going to try and strive, but I'm not going to get caught up in that. Because when we strive and we go for things, that's when we evolve and we change and we step out of our comfort zone. We grow, we're different. And so then we need to realign our dreams with how we've changed. So there's a real grounded energy here. And there's almost a sense, pole number 3, of don't let your emotions get the better of you. And I'm not saying your feelings, that gut feeling. I'm saying your emotions. Our emotions are generally linked to things that are not working, or things that our emotions are what brings our attention to the things that need change. Our emotions are a tool that our bodies give us to alert us that something's not quite right or not at all right. And then you've got the 4-week breakdown. So at this full moon, you've got the Knight of Wands. Then you've got the Knight of Swords at the waning moon. The new moon brings you the World, and the waxing moon brings you the 6 of Cups. Now, I really feel that at this full moon, there's going to, with this Knight of Wands, this full moon is going to enable you to see how far out of alignment you are with who you are now. And I love that the 2 knights are heading towards your past. The Knight of Swords is the fastest knight, and then the Knight of Wands. So they're rapid energy. The Knight of Wands here in your reading is showing that it's an old journey. You're taking the longing for an old journey to be achieved so much that you're heading in the wrong direction. So you're not, it's at the same time showing you how you're doing that, because it's the full moon, this is the clarity, but at the same time it's also showing you a kind of what you want now. So this Knight of Wands for your reading pole number 3 is perfect at this full moon, because it is showing you how far you've headed off course and what you actually really want now, what your soul is now calling you to do. Now, interestingly enough, the Knight of Swords in this energy of the waning moon. Now, the waning moon is a week of releasing, slowing down, taking stock. And here we have the fastest knight in the court cards. And this shows me that there is going to be a last lunge towards a past dream. So I feel that this clarity at the full moon is almost going to make you head further in the wrong direction. So I feel it's actually going to make you go, no, I'm still going for it. And so at a time where you need to be relaxing and letting go, you're going to put the turbochargers on. And that's okay, pole number 3. Because you're going to charge into the new moon and into the world. Complete ending. So Spirit is saying to me that sometimes we have to charge. We have to get that energy out of us. We almost have to bulldozer things around us in order to really understand. There's been clarity. You know that you're not in alignment. You're being shown how far off track you are. And that only makes you dig your heels in even further. But Spirit's telling me with this, the world at the new moon, this last speed to try to make things happen is what is going to actually make things fall apart. It's actually what's going to make things fall away. So at the new moon, you get this world card, which is the completion of the cycle, like the completion of the cycle of the Fool, the major arcana. This is the last card. So see how sometimes things have to sometimes not work out in order for them to work out. You know, we beat ourselves up for having gone the wrong way, but sometimes in going the wrong way, that's how things fall apart. That's how inadvertently we release things. And you're releasing things at the new moon in a big way, which is interesting because the new moon is normally not, the full moon is when we release. The new moon is when we embrace our new wishes, dreams and goals. But I feel the world card at this new moon shows me that you've released this once upon another time wish, and you're embracing new wishes. You're actually looking up and going, wow, okay, that so is not going to happen because everything's ended. And when I say everything's ended, it can just be your perspective. It could just be your need to fulfill that old dream. It can be, you know, this charging, this moving forward, this I've just got to do it can make things in your life fall away. But at the new moon, there's enough endings, enough realizations that set you into the new. She's walking through the new portal. And I feel this Six of Cups here is putting you back into a childlike space of anything's possible. And I love that they're like the main person is facing away. It's almost like your inner child is going to step out and offer you the cup to fulfillment that is aligned with who you are now. This childlike energy is almost what's going to get you giddy again for the future. It's this energy that shows me this joy about creating something new for yourself, which shows me that you've really let the old go. There's no pain in this card. There's no disappointment. This is childlike joy and wonder at what is and what could be. And that's where you're headed, pole number 3. But sometimes we have to go completely in the wrong direction in order to realize that. And just remember, you're worthy of all your dreams and wishes. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 3. Love, light, and blessings, my friends. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pole number 4. Welcome, my friends. Let's have a look at what messages Spirit has for you at this full moon. Oh, lovely. So the full moon, you've got the 9 of Cups. Wow. The Chariot. Oh, you've got an extra card. Oh, sneaky, Spirit. You've got, so the, oh, okay. Okay, so I'll put them all down because normally this is my 4-week breakdown. Let me just put them down and let me just see if I can get from Spirit how do I place these, Spirit? What 2 cards are together? The 2 major arcana. Okay, beautiful. I shall do that. Okay, so Spirit is saying that's how it goes. Okay. Just move these over just a tad. Okay, so, sorry, that extra card threw me. Spirit has to sneak them in, pole number 4, because if I notice I've got an extra card, I'll take one out. So he sneaks them in. Okay, so we've got the overall energy, we've got the gathering, and look closer, she is not alone. We've got additional messages with the Moonology cards. We've got step out of your comfort zone and meditate and contemplate. And we've got the 4-week breakdown. So at the full moon, you've got the 9 of Cups. The waning moon, you've got the Chariot and the Tower. The new moon, you've got the 5 of Pentacles. And then the waxing moon, you've got the Hierophant. Interesting energy. So Spirit's calling me to bring the 2 overall energies together. Look at these cards, aren't they just beautiful? Now you've got the gathering and look closer, she is not alone. Isn't that interesting? And you've got the gathering first. I think this person in the middle is this person here. And look, because she's got a little, like a little blackbird on her shoulder, and she's got a little owl. And I feel there's a sense here that I'm getting two quite different messages. So I'm just, okay, Spirit just said we'll start to explain and more images will come. Okay. So I feel like you've got people in your life at the moment, pole number 4, that resonate on a really deep level with you, but I don't think that you are actually aware of that yet. So these people can be people that you've had around you or like a long time, or these can be new friends or colleagues or whatever it is. They're just coming to me as people, so new acquaintances and that. And I don't think as yet you realize the significance or the importance they're going to play in your life. Some of you might be turning your back on the people in your life, but I think it's temporary as well. I think you might just need some time out for you, because I feel that you're changing, or you've got the Tower here with the Chariot. So there's a sense here that things are changing, and I think because the messages are quite different, it could play out quite a few different ways. So I think pole number 4, you might be letting go of people that are in your life to move forward, but then the Gathering card is here, so I feel there'll be other people that replace that are more aligned with who you are. And I also feel that some of you don't realize the importance of the people that are in your life at the moment, and after a time of quiet contemplation, the owl on her shoulder signifies wisdom to me. So there's a time of being a little bit going within, and Spirit's telling me the tarot will explain this. And then there's some of you that, you just don't realize how important these people, these new people that have come into your life, you don't realize the significance they're going to have in your life. Spirit's calling me down to the tarot because saying this is a way to explain what, and then I'll come back to these 2 cards, I think. So new moon, you've got the 9 of Cups. The waning moon, you've got the Chariot and the Tower. The new moon, you've got the 5 of Pentacles. And then the waxing moon, you've got the Hierophant. So at this full moon, this is fulfillment. This is success of what you've been going for. These are like trophies, if you like. But he sits on a hard bench because this is still not yet the 10 of Cups. So the journey is not finished. But there's a real level of satisfaction here. There's a real level of accomplishment, of being proud of yourself, and a real sense of fulfillment. But you know that you can't stay here. That's why he's sitting on a hard bench. It's almost like, don't get too comfortable because there's new things coming. There's change along the way. There's still more to do. And at this full moon, I think you're getting that clarity. I think you're really seeing what fulfills you. And Spirit's bringing me back to the overall energy. So I feel that at this full moon, you will come to see what these people mean to you. What these people stand for you. And some of you, they may no longer resonate. Others of you, you'll see, wow, I feel really connected to them. And I feel these energies very linked, very, very linked, because I feel these people have they have something to do with your fulfillment, your level of fulfillment, pole number 4. And then I feel, look closer, she is not alone, is actually linked to this energy. So this is the full moon. Now the week after the week of the full moon, you've got the week of the waning moon. Now the waning moon is a quieter time. It carries on the energy of this full moon. The full moon gives you clarity on what you need to let go of, and the waning moon is actually the letting go of. And you've got the Chariot and the Tower. And boy, if there are any two cards in the Major Arcana that work towards showing you how much you have changed, it's these two together. Because the Chariot asks us to be in alignment. The Chariot asks us to speak, seek, and know our truth and our values. The Chariot, it's really a no-nonsense energy for me. It still means you've got emotions and you've got intuition, you've got your body and your soul, you've got your shadow aspect and your light aspect. You've got all the contrast. And that's basically what this black and white is. It's not good and bad, it's just the contrast. Without the contrast, you wouldn't be able to, nothing would really exist. If we didn't have good, we wouldn't have bad. We wouldn't know what is good. We can only know good because we've known bad. We can only know happiness because we've known sadness. You know, that's why we don't appreciate things until we have the contrast. You know, as kids often, unless we are sick as children, but you know, children generally are healthy and they bounce back after things, and so they don't appreciate their health. But as we get older and we get more and more ailments and we get frailer, we realize the importance of our health. That's the energy of the Chariot. It's been able to see the contrast so that you work with both. If we look at these, say, as good and bad, if you still give power to one over the other, the Chariot will still go, the Chariot will go around in circles. It won't go straight. Both need to be in power. And I hesitated on that because I was like, oh, Spirit, I don't know how to explain that. But when they say in power, Spirit means that they are both in the driving seat. You have embraced those both aspects of yourself, what you deem good and what you deem bad. So you have embraced all aspects of yourself, all the contrasts that make up who you are, and that's what gives you a straight drive. That's what gives you alignment. And the Chariot came out before the Tower. But as they came out, then because the Chariot came out first, the Tower was on top of the Chariot. So this alignment brings you the Tower. And the Tower is going to show you, pole number 4, how you have built your life favoring one or the other. Is your life built on fears? Is your life built on just what you want, therefore creating a lonelier existence, or not enabling you to see the beauty of the people that surround you? Maybe you've built your life with people that no longer resonate, and the Tower will show you how maybe you need a period of being with yourself. But this card says, look closer, she's not lonely. And that tells me, pole number 4, this is self-imposed. It also shows me that Spirit's saying with the gathering, maybe the gathering that you had is dispersing and there's a new gathering coming. And it's more aligned with who you are. Now, this is Major Arcana. So the Major Arcana is how Spirit co-creates our life with us, the part that Spirit plays. So Spirit is showing you. It's helping you see. It's helping you feel worthy. And then it will also dissipate. It will also release everything from your life that no longer serves you. Now at the new moon, you've got the 5 of Pentacles. Now I feel this 5 of Pentacles here at the new moon is a heads up from Spirit to say, this can be quite painful, quite difficult. If you try to hold on, if you just see the Tower, because the Tower's on top, if you just see the Tower, you will fall into this energy of the 5 of Pentacles, which is, oh, I'm not going to, because the new moon is a time to create your new moon wishes, dreams, goals, look to the future. What do I want now? And you're going to be so caught up in the past and what you don't have. You're not going to be able to set your intentions, dreams and goals because you're too much in the past pains. So there's a sense that Spirit needs you to see, needs you to uncover that the Tower has come to bring you into alignment. If you can see at the new moon that you have released, you haven't allowed yourself to get complacent and comfortable, and this is step out of your comfort zone. If you see that all this has happened because you can no longer hold on to the past, on to who you were, and instead of allowing that to make you feel stuck and fearful and, oh my gosh, this is my lot in life, because this, when the Tower comes down, you get hurt. And isn't that interesting? Like, look at these two people. They could almost be these two people, you know. And I'm kind of feeling like, you know, this Tower's going to hurt. It can hurt your pride. It can hit your comfort zone. It can hurt you emotionally and physically. You know, we can get so stressed out, it can make us ill. But above everything else, it can make us negative. It could just make us see everything that we've lost and not what we're about to gain. And I think that's why this overall energy of the gathering, and look closer, she's not lonely. She's not alone. So look closer, she is not lonely. Sorry, look closer, she is not lonely. And the gathering came out first. Not look closer, she's not lonely. So there's a sense that you might just go, oh, well, look, I've lost everything now. But Spirit's saying, look closer within yourself. And I like that. I mean, this is the Witch's Tarot, Solitary Witch Tarot, Oracle, sorry. So the images, I think, are pretty much all female. But I like that this is telling me, embrace the feminine energy of receiving. The masculine energy goes out into the world and does. The female energy receives. And there's almost like this sense, pole number 4, of don't look at what's fallen away. Look at the space that has been created in order to receive. Gosh, pole number 4, thank you, Spirit, for that message, because pole number 4, if you can hold on to that in this 4-week period, so from this full moon to the next full moon, if you can hold on to that energy and just, because look at this card, she's content, she's calm, having a cup of tea, and just, I feel like she's going with it. I don't feel like she's fighting anything, and she definitely doesn't look like she's a victim. If you can embrace this energy of looking closer and realizing that the only thing that has changed is that now you have space for the new to come in that is in alignment with who you have become. And I think that alignment brings you the right people. And that in turn can bring you the right boss to enable you to flourish. It can be friends that expand your world, your life. It can be partners, like a romantic partner. But I feel these people that come in bring opportunity, bring change with them. And then at the waxing moon, which is the week of taking actions, of moving forward on our wishes and intentions, you've got the Hierophant. Now, I feel the Hierophant, I'm getting a really religious connotation from him. It's like, from this energy, what are you moving forward with? Have you focused just on the negative, the devil aspect, or are you focusing on the blessing, the God aspect? You get to choose, because I'm really feeling here, pole number 4, you hold the key. There's 2 keys. One key leads to this quiet contemplation, acceptance, and understanding of the space that has been created. The other key leads to disappointment and regret and a feeling of lack. Again, major arcana. So Spirit's telling me, pole number 4, it doesn't matter which key you take. Both are leading you to something higher. It's just the journey to get there will be different. Now, the additional messages for this full moon is step out of your comfort zone. And that's definitely what this reading is all about. It's all about stepping out of what you know. And I feel stepping out of your comfort zone also creates space. And I think that's what your reading is all about, pole number 4. It's this creation of space. this creation of possibility. Because there's new things that want to come to you, and unless you release the old and make space for them, they can't come in. And I feel with the Tower, they've probably been trying to come in for a while. That's why I think you've got the Tower. That's why it's going to be this pulling down the Tower, so it can never be, you can't go back to it. Meditate and contemplate. I think this is this energy. Slow down. Embrace your aloneness. Don't take it as loneliness. Just take it as you time. Take it as time where you can meditate and contemplate. This card shows a level of acceptance. Being able to look at things honestly. And understanding that things flow. Things flow to us and things flow away from us. And that's life. And I feel, pole number 4, when you come to understand that, I think there's a level of understanding that that's what life is. I feel like coming out of this, I think you'll have a different appreciation for life, a different appreciation for what we go through. Because this has the potential, this will be difficult, but it has the potential to be really, really difficult. But what comes after is such a blessing that you're going to be like, wow, wow, I really was just making space. Gosh, pole number 4, not an easy energy, but beautiful, really beautiful. Make space, make space. And that's what Spirit keeps telling me, pole number 4. Allow for that space to be created, make that space. The more you can do that, the more you can allow that, the less this will bring you down, if you like. I'm going to leave you with those messages, pole number 4. Love, light and blessings, my friends. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.